Hey Brenna, have you ever taken BuzzFeed quizzes?
Yes, I have. I've dabbled.
You've dabbled. You've dabbled?
I have. Yeah. That means I've taken a
I
shit ton of BuzzFeed quizzes, Josh, okay?
I know, I wanted you to admit it that you had taken a shit ton. Dabbling was just I was like, doesn't seem about right.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't taken any BuzzFeed quizzes ever. I usually spend most of my time just trying to find my favorite adult actress, and I finally did. AJ Applegate, go check her out.
Are you making another porn reference?
Different strokes for different folks, Brenna. Different strokes for different folks.
In the greatest world, there sits two guys that talk about the greatest things and the most amazing show ever.
Nah, this is just a bad podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Just a Bad Podcast, the show with no recurring theme and the topics are made up the night before. Nico has to deal with some management stuff with JABI Productions today, and he's unable to make it. So today, I'm your host, Josh, and joining me is a favorite guest on the show, Brenna. How are you doing today, Brenna?
Oh, I'm living the dream, being graduated and basically being a lazy piece of shit all the time.
Great. I'm doing awesome, just like Anchor. All right, Brenna. Our first BuzzFeed quiz of the day. I think this is a good place to start. How does Draco Malfoy feel about you?
A very important thing to know.
Right? I mean, it's Draco. I need to know how he feels about me. What's your Hogwarts house? This one I thought about this the other day of my Hogwarts house. I still can't
Hogwarts house.
figure it out.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, you do give me a little bit of Slytherin energy.
That's kind of where I usually picture myself. I'm either a Slytherin or a Gryffindor, and it's just because the two sides of me. I'm either an asshole or I'm a really nice guy.
No, it's either like you either have like dumbass energy or you're like the smart ass. That's how I see it. But I'm a diehard Ravenclaw.
Interesting, Ravenclaw. I don't know if I've ever met anybody who says they're a Ravenclaw. My brother's a Hufflepuff, he claims.
That's good. A lot of people won't admit that they're Hufflepuffs. My roommate is definitely a Hufflepuff, and she's always like, "I'm a Slytherin." I'm like, I normally don't get fired up about this, but you're full of shit.
I mean, I feel like people care almost a little too much about their Hogwarts house. Because the post that I saw that made me think about it, it was like, yeah, I know my Hogwarts house, but I don't know my own blood type. I was like, damn, I don't know either.
Yeah.
What would you say to Draco? What's the first thing you would say to him if you were
You
partners
don't
in
know your
class?
blood type?
No, I don't know my blood type, Brenna. This isn't a big thing. Hmm. What would be my strongest subject at Hogwarts?
Okay, so question 2. He asked if you'd like a refreshment. What do you do?
I said
That's random.
I said yes, please to that one. I was like, yeah, baby, give me a drink. I love Draco.
And today on this podcast, we learned that Josh is indeed thirsty for Draco.
I mean, he's a good looking dude, and I feel like we would get along really well. Like we would do some devious shit together.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, strongest subject. My heart says defense against the dark arts, but I know it would be potions.
Ooh. See, I kind of think I would be a defense against the dark arts kind of guy, but then I remembered herbology and you know, I remembered my favorite plant in the world, so I kind of feel like I have to go with herbology. Yeah, let's do it.
You know, I feel like you do too. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
that's fast.
I called it. We'd be friends.
Oh. See,
Yeah,
we'd be
what'd you get?
enemies.
I couldn't read that. What'd you get?
We're enemies.
Enemies?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is
Which, you know,
the two of
I
you would
do
like
have.
each other as friends and wouldn't want it any other way.
Mine says enemies. Draco does not like you, and the feeling is mutual.
I mean, at least the feeling's mutual between your dislike. I always hate it when I hate somebody and they're really nice to me. It makes it so hard to hate them.
It's true, and then you end up. It's like a enemies to friends kind of arc.
Yes. Yes. I'm very happy I got friends with Draco. I'm not even gonna lie. But should we move on to the next one? Who's the asshole dating quiz?
I think we should. Yeah, and you wanted to do this one together?
Perfect. And yes, I kind of went through it yesterday. I got 2 questions because I wanted to see what it was like. And there's a reason that we're doing it together because it's one of those that we're probably going to talk out these decisions. We're probably going to feel about the same way about it, but we should probably talk it out.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So the caption is, just so you know, some of these stories are based on Reddit posts, but not all of them. They're also not intended to be exactly the same as the original stories. All right. Alexis's BF, boyfriend, Mutt, what a fucking terrible name, Mutt, loves patterned socks. However, he always wears them mismatched, which she hates. While Mutt is out, Alexis replaces all of his socks with new plain black ones. Mutt is furious. Alexis says she did him a favor. Who's the asshole, Brenna?
Like, what the fuck? Okay, definitely Alexis.
Yeah, that's who I was leaning towards. Who does this? This is a bitch move by Alexis. Like, just let him fucking be happy and wear his mismatched socks.
It is a bitch move. Let the man wear what socks?
Bitch.
Yeah. It's not disturbing. As long as they're clean, no issues.
Right, it's very insignificant. And if it's mismatched, most people look at the mismatched sock guy and go, he's either stupid and doesn't realize it, or he did it intentionally and that's a fun guy.
Or the third option is you're too fucking lazy to match your socks, so you just pull 2 random ones out of the drawer. We all been there.
Well, I'm not there because I only have white socks basically. But yes, I get that. All right, let's move to the next one. Zig and his wife Maya have been trying to start a family. On Zig's birthday, Maya gives him a wrapped sonogram picture and says it's his birthday present. Zig says he's happy about the baby, but this doesn't count as a gift. Who's the asshole?
What? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Zig is the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, that just made me a little fired up.
Yeah. Zig, that's a terrible person. It's a horrible thing to do to your wife who just told you, hey, we're having a baby. You got to be excited for that. You don't get to look at her and go, bitch, this doesn't count as a gift. Get me fucking something cool.
Holy crap. Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But let's go to the next one. Oh, yes, Bert and Ernie. Bert and his boyfriend Ernie like to watch Criminal Minds. Bert has a huge crush on the character Spencer and always comments how hot he is. Ernie says it's disrespectful to their relationship to crush on a character. Who's the asshole?
I feel like Ernie's gonna be mad. Matthew Gray Goobler is a spicy man, and that's just facts. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I mean, fair. I think Ernie's kind of the asshole, but it's almost neither of them to me. Because at the end of the day, It's a celebrity crush. We all fucking have them. But, no, maybe Ernie. Ernie's the asshole. Because does it really fucking matter, Ernie?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Let's vote Ernie. Ernie got 40% of the votes. Neither of them was 29%. And then, who voted Bert for 14%? How is he the asshole for having a crush on a celebrity, which is a normal-ass thing?
That's really... People who have really jealous energy voted for Ernie. That's what happened.
That's a fair point. Emilio tells his girlfriend, Vanessa, that he wants to spend a quiet night with her for his birthday. However, Vanessa surprises him with a party of their closest friends. Emilio is furious and says she threw the party for herself. Who's the asshole? Oh, that's tough.
Oh, this one's hard. That's hard. Because, like, I want to say that Vanessa had good intentions, but I don't know.
I'm at that same kind of point, Brenna.
I would say Vanessa, but not, like, complete asshole. Like, good intentions, but not good listening skills.
See, I partly think Emilio is the asshole here. Because, well, you wanted a quiet night for your birthday. If it's a party with your closest friends, I'm assuming it's not a very big party. It's probably like 6 to 8 people, making it 10 including Emilio and Vanessa. And to be furious that your fucking closest friends want to spend your birthdays together and your girlfriend just wanted to do something nice, it just, I don't know. It seems fucked up to me.
Yeah, it is a little fucked up to be pissed about that. Because still, like, good intentions.
Yeah, I just because Vanessa's intentions were good.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like it's almost no one, but kind of Emilio. Now you flipped me.
Okay, should we go Emilio or both of them is an option? Because they're both... Vanessa did show poor listening skills. Her intent was good, but Emilio is also kind of being an asshole.
Yeah. I feel like they could also, like, this is reading way too much into the scenario, but, like, you could have, like, a quiet night, like, anytime. Like, getting that many people together at once is really difficult. So I'm leaning a little more towards Emilio.
Let's go Emilio then. Emilio got 15%, Vanessa got 46, and both of them for 32. That's surprising, honestly.
It is. I'm shook.
Yeah, this voting doesn't fully make sense to me, Brenna. Like...
No. Seems like we got a lot of very bitter people out there.
Yeah, I thought I was bitter and kind of mean. And how did I get to the part that fucking Emilio just being a bitch and everybody else thinks Vanessa is the issue? All right. Dean and Rory watch The Witcher together. Dean tells her his theories every episode, sometimes taking over the dialogue. Rory gets fed up and says she'll turn it off if he keeps mansplaining. Dean says she's overreacted. Who's the asshole? Fucking Dean.
Yeah. Okay. Theories are for after the episode. That is facts. But that's also not an example of mansplaining. So they're both being the assholes.
That's a fair point, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's not really mansplaining, because he's just sharing theories. But Dean, you gotta shut the fuck up. Like you said, theories are meant for after the episode. And especially with The Witcher, this show's not like the easiest show to follow in the world. So you need to be in it each episode. So to just talk through it and over the dialogue, you're an asshole. But Rory saying it's mansplaining is kind of douchey.
Yeah, it really is. And I have a roommate that does this, but so, like, she'll just pause it and then she'll be like, so what about this? And, like, ask me questions, and I'm like, no, You have to watch it for what it is.
I'd still rather have somebody pause it. I would tell them eventually, just fucking stop, watch the episode, and we can fucking look at it later. And we can talk about it later, but I'd be okay with a pause. But this is kind of an interesting vote as well.
Yeah, everybody just went, don't talk during The Witcher. Holy shit.
I can't blame them. Because, one, that show is really good, but it's really complex to follow with the multiple storylines. So I understand that 58% voted for Dean, 26 voted for both of them, 8 for Rory, and neither of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not surprising the big, like, jump from the 26 to the 8%, because most people were like, yeah, you don't talk during shows. And then the next is like, where we're at, like, everyone is, first of all, Rory, y'all need to chill and, like, chat about this like adults, but also, like, I don't know. It's just all kinds of
No,
weird.
I think that's fair. I think this is our last one. I could be wrong, but I think this is it. Frankie's boyfriend, Jonah, leaves his phone out while he's in the shower. Frankie takes a glance at his phone and sees that he has sexy pics from other girls. Jonah says she shouldn't have snooped and that it was not cheating to have pictures. Who's the asshole? Both of them.
No. I would say, I don't know. I think Jonah's the asshole, because if you're saving them, it means, like, I don't know, it means something different to me. It's like saving those for later, and I don't know, I don't like that. It gives me bad juju.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know if he was saving them. He probably was. But, he's just building up the spank bank. But, I mean, if you have a girlfriend, you shouldn't be getting nudes. And on Jonah's part, don't fucking snoop. And if you're gonna snoop and you find something, don't forgive it.
Yeah, I don't know. And, well, like, not all girls send nudes, but I'm very nosy, so I could see, like, where the scenario is coming from. Like, you could just, like, I don't know, look really quick. Like, but with me, I'm like, he hiding any good memes from me? But if you found, like, pictures of hot girls on there, you'd be like, oh, am I not good enough for you?
Frankie's an asshole. Jonah's I want to say both of them are the asshole. Because I hate people snooping on my phone. But this is cheating.
No. Okay. I think Jonah. Okay. I would say it's Jonah, just because I am also nosy ass.
You think Jonah's an asshole because he... Oh, no, sorry. Somehow I reversed them in my head for a second. I don't think Jonah's the asshole, though.
Yeah, I figured you were.
They're both assholes in this situation, though. I feel like it depends, because some people view it as cheating. I think it's immoral if it's not cheating.
It's not technically cheating to have pics, but, like, for her to call him out on it, I don't feel like it's an asshole move. Yeah. It's definitely, like, as a girl, it doesn't feel good. So, like, I could see where she's coming from. So, I don't know. But I'm also crazy, so that doesn't
I'm
help
putting
either.
both of them. Because it's a fucked situation all around.
Okay. Let's see what America said. Jonah, top answer.
57% said Jonah, 35% said both. America's crazy. I think we have found this out. This is a fucked up situation. They're both in the wrong.
Yeah, but Jonah's more of an asshole for having them. So why shoot the detective? Okay? Why shoot the detective? Why did not the detective?
The only defense I have for Jonah is if they're from past relationships and he just didn't get rid of them. And even then, well, you still got him.
Yeah, at least like hide them better. If you have to have them, hide them better.
That's a fair point. Okay. That was not our last one, apparently. Arnold and Helga have been dating for a few weeks. They go out to dinner, but Helga realizes she forgot her wallet. Arnold offers to pick up the tab. Helga orders the steak, which is fairly expensive. Arnold says that was rude of her. Who's the asshole? Oh, why you getting the steak?
It depends like in what order this happened. Like if they ordered first and then she realized she didn't have her wallet, which first of all, how do you not know you have your wallet? So I'm also a little skeptical here on how she didn't know she had her wallet until she got to the damn restaurant. I don't know. Hungry.
As much as I want to say Helga here, I still, if you forget your wallet and you order a steak, you're kind of an asshole.
I feel like it's both of them. Because we don't know what Arnold ordered, okay? I don't have the complete scope of this situation. So,
That's a
I
fair
would say
point.
both of them because you never call out what a girl eats.
It's a fair point.
And if he's that worried about it, have her Venmo him back. Like it's not that hard.
That's a fair
now.
point. Again, with a Venmo, but it's just one of those things of if you forget your wallet and then you then proceed to order like the most expensive thing on the menu, I'd be a little upset.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I'm the person who's anxious energy, so I'm like, gotta get towards the middle on the menu because dudes always get weird if you try to split the check with them or if you want to pay.
That's a fair point. All right, I'll put both of them. Wow. 42% said Arnold, 26% said Helga, 22% said both of them, and 10 said neither of them. I don't understand how neither of them are an asshole. Well, I do.
Some people like cancels out. Neither. But yeah, that would be a lot of girls taking this quiz because I don't know. Arnold could silently fume about it, but to like call her out's a little weird.
If it was a first date, I'd say it'd be weirder to call her out. But since they'd been dating a few weeks, I'm sure this is not their first meal together. So I think it's a little weird that he has that much of the vote. 40,000 more votes than Helga.
Yeah. I don't know. America spoke.
Yeah, America's weird. All right. Number 8. We got to be getting close to the end of this. Josie's wife, Hope, loves to cook, so she usually makes dinner. She always leaves a huge mess for Josie to clean up. Josie complains. Hope tells her to suck it up and says only fair that Josie does the cleaning because she cooks. Who's the asshole?
If she's making both of them dinner, then you gotta at least help. You can't just go, no, you get to clean all this shit up because I cooked. That's just mean.
How many brothers did you grow up with, Brenna? 0? Okay. Because I don't think this is that mean. Literally, it was very customary in our house that if my mother pretty much made dinner all the time, and then usually our dad would look at us and go, all right, she cooked, so you clean.
Yeah, my mom used to do that too. She'd make my sister and I clean up all the time. But since this is like a romantic relationship, and then it's described as a huge mess every time, I don't know. I feel like you gotta pull your weight a little bit, especially if y'all have a dishwasher.
That's fair. I think it's both of them. I think they should just help each other cook and clean. Because to expect one person to do all the cooking and then expecting the other to do all the cleaning, while it's balanced, it's not a totally fair system.
Fair enough. Problem solved. Exactly. Cooking's way more fun than cleaning, at least for me.
No, cooking's better than cleaning, but neither of them are really that fun of a task. But both of them are the asshole. Interesting. Hope got 37% of the vote, Both of them got 32. Josie got 19 and 12% for neither of them. It was close. It was much closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought both of them was going to win this, if I'm going to be honest.
It was close, though.
We're on 9? All right. Liam and his girlfriend Naomi live in separate apartments, but Naomi usually spends the night at his place a few nights a week. Liam says she could pay money towards utility every time she sleeps over. Naomi says that's nuts. Who's the asshole?
What the fuck?
Oh, that's a tough one. Liam's kind of the asshole.
Yeah, it's definitely Liam. Oh gosh. No, I don't like that at all. I'd be like, bye. No, we done.
Why don't they try to balance it out? And like, Liam sleeps at her apartment and like 3 times a week, 2 times a week, and then Naomi sleeps at his apartment 2-3 times a week. Then the utilities should balance each other out, and then nobody pays anybody.
Yeah, or like balancing out like a different way, even if like, I don't know, maybe she has like a lot of roommates or something. I don't know. I always have to come up with reasons for things. Also, the photo on this question is hilarious because Naomi just looks like, or at least who like is supposed to represent, just looks like so perturbed by this. There's a $5 word. Just weird.
Yeah, they chose quite possibly the best photo for this. Who Liam is supposed to be in this is looking away, and Naomi is just looking straight down, hand on her forehead, eyes closed, like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, so Liam.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the landslide of the day right there, Brenna.
There it is.
90% of the vote went to Liam, 4% went to both of them, 3% went to Naomi, and 3% to neither of them. I'm not even surprised with this.
Yeah, it's not even close.
I knew the second I read this question, Liam was going to be the asshole.
Uh-huh.
And that's how we end it. Liam, you're a dickhead, but thank you very much. This was fun.
Liam, the ultimate asshole.
That was the biggest landslide. Brenna, though, this next one I need you for.
Okay.
We're doing random trivia, and I need you to come up big this time.
I just so
because
everyone
I know nothing.
who's listening knows, my face lit up when I saw random trivia.
She knows more random trivia facts than I thought was possible. All right. First question. I hope everybody knows this because there's quite a fair amount of places that this could not be. All right. Nelson Mandela was the president of which country? Morocco, India, South Africa, or the United States? Brenna, if you don't know this, I'm going to cry.
I was gonna say, Josh, if you don't know this, it is very obviously South Africa.
No, I love the well, it's not a documentary. It's based off a true story, like the rugby movie where Nelson Mandela is the president of South Africa, and the rugby team like wins the championship. It's such a good movie. Such a good movie. Are you shitting me? What colors are in the X in the FedEx logo? It's purple and then orange, right?
Yeah. The answers are red, purple, blue, or orange, but it is orange.
Yeah, I didn't think I needed to tell people the answers to that when they should know.
Yeah.
What is the capital of Denmark? I got no fucking idea. Copenhagen, Helsinki, Prague, or Hamburg?
Okay. Hamburg's in Germany. It's not Prague. Wait. Fuck.
No, it's not Prague. I think it's Copenhagen.
Geography is not my strong suit.
I think it's Copenhagen. Copenhagen, Helsinki. I don't know how to say it. Hamburg or Prague. I think it's Copenhagen. Or is Copenhagen in fucking Sweden?
Yeah, because Prague's in the Netherlands.
Yep, it's not Prague. I know that. It's not Prague or Hamburg.
I think okay. I don't think it's Helsinki. I feel like that's
It's got to be
in,
Copenhagen then.
well, not the Netherlands.
We're going Copenhagen, Brenna.
Yeah, it's gotta be Copenhagen.
It was Copenhagen. Let's go. Which of these TV shows doesn't take place in New York City? Cheers, Sex and the City, Friends, or Seinfeld?
Well, we know Friends takes place in New York. But I have not watched much of the other three. I've watched a little bit of Cheers, but I don't know where it takes place.
I'm pretty sure Cheers and Seinfeld are both in
And Sex and the
New
City's
York,
in
but
New
I
York.
don't actually remember.
Yeah.
I've
Sex and
never
the City
watched
or Friends?
Sex in the City. Or is Seinfeld California? I never watched Seinfeld either.
That's got to be the kicker. I haven't watched Seinfeld. No, I've never watched Seinfeld. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it really is. It's got to be Cheers or Seinfeld. But the question is,
We're both trying to look at the backgrounds like it's gonna help.
I keep doing the same thing. I try to figure out where the fuck Seinfeld is. I think Cheers was in New York.
Oh gosh, wait, what network was Seinfeld on? Can you show that model? That might help me. Probably not.
NBC. Seinfeld and Cheers were both NBC. Like shit, all three of these except Sex and the City were NBC.
Oh, well, and Friends. I want to. Well, I'm pretty sure Sex and the City takes place in New York.
Me too. I've never watched it, but I think it's New York.
I thought I remembered a comedy bit about it. Them talking about how it's so hard to date in New York, and then Sex and the City makes it look so easy.
Should we go Seinfeld or Cheers?
I think it's Seinfeld. Yeah. I think it's
All right.
Seinfeld.
Nope, it was Cheers. It takes place in Boston. Damn. How many syllables are in a
Damn it.
haiku?
It's still East Coast, that's why. That's how they get you. Should have known by the dark wood.
It's 12 syllables in a haiku, right?
Yes. Yes, it's 12. Yeah, 12.
That's what I thought. You're wrong.
What? It's 17? Wow, I don't remember anything, apparently.
Yeah, I thought it was 12 as well. What the? Why am I supposed to know this? The painting by Grant Wood is called what? Farmer and His Wife, American Gothic, The American Dream, or Old MacDonald. I want to say it is American Gothic.
It's called American Gothic. I know this. It's called American Gothic.
Well, we were on the same page.
Yeah.
We were on the same page, Brenna. Which of the following is not one of the Earth's 3 layers? Core, crust, shell, mantle, shell. Are you fucking kidding me? I want to make sure you're on the same page. But it's shell.
Yeah, I was gonna be pretty disappointed.
I took geology many a fucking times.
Yes.
Yeah, I've taken geology too many times. I knew exactly what. I didn't know if they were gonna go into depth. That was already my geology brain kicked in right as I read layers. Who's the lead singer of Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam. It's Dave Grohl, isn't it?
I don't know.
Dave Grohl?
Sure. Nope. Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, because he was the guitarist of Nirvana, and then he formed Pearl Jam?
Apparently.
It's not Dave Matthews.
Well, yeah. He was the one I knew I could
Wow,
rule
don't
out.
tell Skylar. Skylar will be so mad at me.
I don't talk to Skylar very often, Brenna. I think you're okay.
I'm just trying to cover my bases. I'm not good with lead singer names.
I'm not good with names. What is the bottom number of a fraction called? Numerator, denominator, aerator, or incombinator? Oh my god. Yeah, I wasn't asking for your input on that one.
Yes,
Was denominator.
denominator.
All of the cereals below have an example mascots for, except for Lucky Charms, Corn Flakes, Fruit Loops, or
Cornflakes.
does Corn Flakes have an animal mascot?
Oh no, wait, it would be Lucky Charms
It's-
because it's the leprechaun, right? He's not technically an animal.
No, well, yeah, it would be Lucky Charms. I didn't know Corn Flakes had a.
They might. Wait, Cornflakes has the frog.
They have the frog?
I think they have a frog.
Interesting. It's Lucky Charms. We got 7 out of 10 right. Wow, your brain is pretty gosh darn good. You have a lot rattling around up there, and you're really showing it. Granted, you aren't a walking and talking trivia book with tons of weird facts, but you're on your way.
Okay, whatever. Such a passive-aggressive finishing message.
This one, I have a feeling is going to be really hard, because it's the actual quiz that the guy on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire won off. So I don't think we're going to do that well.
Okay. The thing is with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like the first few questions are really easy, like before you get to $32,000, and then after that, it's like super hard.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this. It says, in November 2020, Chef David Chang became the first celebrity contestant to win Who Wants to Be a Millionaire by answering the 15 questions below. We'll tell you which questions he used lifelines on and give you the same information he got, but other than that, you're on your own. There were 4 lifelines: phone a friend, ask the host, replacing the on. All right. Ready? Here we go. For $100, what common physical trait takes its name from the Bible story set in the Garden of
It's
Eden?
definitely Adam's apple, but I wish it was Noah's armpit because that is hilarious.
Yeah, it's Adam's apple, but Widow's Peak I kind of like because it's just kind of funny, and then Noah's armpit made me laugh really hard, and Pigeon Toad. Nice, we got it right. For $200, when typed into your web browser, which of these URLs will reroute you to the Clorox website? www.beds.com, www.bleach.com, www.books.com, www.bread.com.
Wow.
I have no fucking idea. Probably Bleach.
It would be bleach. It would be bleach because Clorox makes bleach. They don't make beds, books, or bread.
Yes. For $300, which of these animals cannot jump? An elephant. Actually, it probably can jump.
Yeah.
Just
the
a
answers
lot of
are
weight.
kangaroo, rabbit, elephant, frog. But if you look at the other ones, it's definitely elephant.
Yeah. I almost just accidentally clicked on rabbit.
I would have been pissed.
For $500, at a state fair when she was 10 years old, what did Amelia Earhart ironically dismiss as not at all interesting? It has to be. If it's ironically, it has to be an
Exactly.
airplane.
Airplane.
She probably should have just stayed away from him,
Probably.
and she would have had grandkids. But the destiny's destiny. For $1,000. Children who eat their entire dinner are said to belong to what exclusive organization? The Clean Plate Club, the Silver Spoon Society, the Order of the Fork, the Butter Knife League.
Clean Plate Club?
Yeah, it is. I want it to be the Silver Spoon Society so bad because it's like the SS, but by adding one, it's just like the racist version of the SS, and it made me laugh. Clean Plate Club. For $2,000. Cindy Crawford once said, "If I was designing my face from scratch, I don't know if I would have designed it with the what." I have no fucking idea. Do you know who Cindy Crawford is?
I think I just picked up my hair. I know who Cindy Crawford is, and I'm trying to picture her face. I think it's the mole? I'm not 100% sure, though. I'm not gonna lie. Because I don't remember her having a cleft chin.
Does she have a unibrow?
I don't feel like that's
Like,
a
I
big of
feel
a
like
deal, though.
if it would,
Probably because I have a question. No. She was like one of the.
do you really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's got like the dimple in it, you know?
I've
That's
never
kind of
looked
what
that hard,
that
Brenna.
is. Oh, exactly.
Not
Yeah.
like staring at your
Exactly.
chin.
Nobody looks that hard.
Mm.
I think it's mole. I don't think it's teeth. She was like one of the most beautiful women in the 80s.
Should we just go with mole?
Yeah, I feel like it's mole.
It's gotta be mole. It was mole. You were right. Way to go, Brenna. For $4,000, according to Travel and Leisure magazine, what is the only state in the U.S. where seeing the northern lights is highly likely? Are you shitting me? How the fuck are we gonna put Florida, Rhode Island, and Nevada on this list, and then Alaska like it's supposed to be hiding?
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely Alaska.
I want to know what the thought process was for these answers. Like Rhode Island, you kind of get there, but we're not even fucking close with Florida and Nevada to getting anywhere near the Northern Lights.
I know. They should have put like Maine and some other ones.
Yes, they should have included states where it would be like more north than Nevada and Florida. But for $8,000, which of these movies is a sequel? David elected to ask the guest, who told him he believes 102 Dalmatians is a sequel to 101.
Yes, that is correct. It's 102 Dalmatians.
I honestly didn't even know there was 102 Dalmatians of a movie. I didn't know it was made into a movie.
Yeah. That was like, you know, you go through that phase when you're a kid as a girl where you like exclusively watch dog movies. So I did know that very easily.
Yeah, I watched the first 101 Dalmatians and I was like, yeah, this is a good movie. Like, nothing against it. It didn't necessarily care to even try to find a second one. For $16,000, used in a famous psychological test, klexography is the art of making images from what? David opted to ask the guest who said they think klexography refers to Rorschach ink block tests. Those are some interesting words. Answers are charcoal pieces of glass, letters of the alphabet, and ink blocks.
It's not letters. Well, it's got to be ink blots because we know that he won. Yeah. But I know it's not letters of the alphabet because that would be. I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an L. I know it doesn't start with a K. But it's saying psychological test. It's definitely ink blots.
Okay. And I don't think it's pieces of glass. Okay, let's do it. You were correct. Way to go, Brenna. Carrying me through this. For $32,000, if you're willing to spend a few Emirati dirhams, you have to go to the observation deck of or you can go to the observation deck of what world landmark? Is it the Burj Khalifa, the Taj Mahal, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or Shanghai Tower?
The Burj Khalifa.
That's what I was thinking.
Because that would be the only place. Well, the answers are, yeah.
Yeah, it would be the only place where you could spend Emirati dirhams.
Yeah, it's the only thing that would make sensibly have an observation deck.
Yes. All right. For $64,000, 2019 online article titled "Who's Highest Paid in Your State" revealed that the highest paid public employee in 40 states has what job title? Superintendent, judge, governor, coach. It's got to be the top three.
Public. That makes me think judge because they're a public defender.
Yeah, it's got to be public employee. Superintendent of what? Well, no, because that's still technically, if it's like a superintendent of a school system, it's a government job. Governor, I believe, is technically a government job. So it's got to be judge, yeah. And if it's coach, I'm gonna kill somebody.
It makes me think judge.
Let's go, Judge. We were right. It's fucking Coach? That's bullshit. How are they making that much money in 40 states? Are we talking professional coaches? College coaches? How the fuck is it Coach?
I don't know. I guess I don't really see those as public employees. I don't know.
How?
I guess college. I don't know, because colleges are technically like
High school coaches don't make fucking a lot of, unless they were trying to get us and they classified all three of those as government.
That's so stupid.
Those fucking bastards. So we can retry. But we got $32,000, Brenna.
Okay. Well, okay, I wouldn't have used the lifeline on some of those other questions, so I feel like that's some BS.
Yeah, right? Like, one, this is fucked up. Like, who uses a lifeline? Well, clickography, I can understand. But, like, movies in a sequel. You can do this by yourself. Because I was leaning towards 102 Dalmatians. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. 8 Mile, not a sequel. 6th Sense, not a sequel. Apollo 13, not a sequel.
Not a sequel. Boom, done. Figured it out.
Like, that one is just basic, let's work fucking through it. Would you forgive your friends in these scenarios or cut them off? Probably. In this quiz, you'll be presented with several scenarios where your friend has acted questionably. You have to decide if their actions were bad enough for you to cut them off the friendship or not. Yeah, probably. I have a weird thing that I could probably drop a good 90% of the people that I know like that. Snap of a finger.
Fair enough. I definitely have a couple people I could do that with, but I'm also like garbage at staying in touch.
Me too. Don't feel bad about that. All right. You notice that you and your best friend only speak when you are the one who reaches out. If you don't reach out, you'll go a couple weeks without speaking. Are you cutting them off? No. If it's like kind of a one-time occurrence right now, if this is the first time it's happening, I'm not cutting them off. People get busy.
No. Because everyone's different.
Yeah, 69% of the people voted no, people get busy,
Yeah.
it's okay. 31% said I'd cut them off, friends should share the effort. If it's a one-time thing, if this is the first time it happens, why the fuck are you cutting them off? If it's consistently happening, then maybe I'd think about it.
Yeah, it really depends, because some people aren't very good at like reaching out, so you kind of have to go, well.
Yeah, like myself, I'm very bad at reaching out. But your friend asks to borrow some money and says that they'll give it back next week. Next week comes and they say they had an emergency and need to borrow more money. 3 weeks go by and you haven't gotten any back. Are you cutting them off? No, people have money issues. It's fine. I'd cut them off. They're clearly using me for my money. Those are the two options.
I mean, like an in-between answer. Like, I'm definitely, like, this person, we could probably still be considered friends, but I'm not giving your ass any more money.
Yeah, I'm with you there. One, it depends on the sum of money that I've given them. If I gave them like $20 and they had an emergency so they couldn't give me $20 back, I'm not going to be super upset. If I gave them like 200 and they had an emergency and they needed 200 more, I'd be pretty upset. Because that's like a large sum of money to burn through in a week. Especially if you're going to pay me back.
Exactly. I'd say for the sake of the question, I would probably cut them off. Chopping block.
I kind of agree with you, especially if we're looking at the larger sums of money. I'd cut them off. Oh, 62% of people said no. People have money issues. It's fine. 38% said I'd cut them off. They're clearly using me for my money.
Dang. People be nice.
Yeah, people be very nice. I'm not just freely giving people money. You and your significant other went through a pretty messy breakup. You then find out that your best friend has started seeing them a year after you broke up. Are you cutting them off? Yes.
Yeah, that is, especially if it was messy, that is not cool. No, no, no.
Yeah, if it's a messy breakup, it's fucked. And then your best friend starts dating her. One, there's a rule that best friends, significant others, off limits after they break up. You can't do nothing with them. Like that's off limits. So yes, this is a very easy. I'd cut them off. 68% agreed with us, Brenna. 32% did not. They said no. We broke up. They can have them. I don't understand how 32% of people can be okay with that.
Yeah, especially since it's your best friend. You would have told them everything that was going on, so they would know like all of the red flags and still go, I'm still gonna go for it.
Yes. Or it means they had a crush on your girl while you were dating, which also is not okay.
Which is even worse. No, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, that would makes the situation much worse. You and your friend are talking about the news regarding the election. You notice that their political views have completely shifted since you became friends, and you now see things totally different. Are you cutting them off? No.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't cut them off. Like, people are allowed to have different views or change their minds about things, so it seems kind of stupid to cut people off over politics.
Me and my best friend see very differently on political views. We have some common ground, but even us, we can still have these conversations and we don't get into disagreements. Or maybe not disagreements. We don't get into large, like, arguments. We have disagreements, but it
Yeah.
always is civil. So I think this is just, if you're doing this, you're a fucking child. Grow up and accept that not everybody has the same political views.
Yeah.
These 33% of people who said, I'd cut them off, politics are so important, grow the fuck up.
Exactly.
67% are the normal people. No, we just won't talk about politics. It doesn't even have to be that. You can still talk about politics. It just has to be civil.
Exactly. I agree.
Number 5, you're getting married and sent out invitations months ago. A week before the wedding, your friend texts you saying that he can no longer make it, but are vague about why. Are you cutting them off? I'd be pretty upset. I don't know if I'd cut them off. I'd be pretty pissed, though.
I did this so I would have to say no. But I did have a good reason. I actually did give them a reason why I couldn't go. But yeah, I did do that one.
Yeah, I don't think this is egregious. It's not, if it was the day before or like the day of the wedding, maybe there needs to be some cutting off. But he gave you a week. You can balance some stuff out in a week.
Exactly.
But yeah, Brenna, 69% of people agree with us. Says no, everybody needs some quality alone time. My lungs gave up on me right there. And 31% said I'd cut them off. Who cancels a week before a huge event? Grow the fuck up, people. Grow up.
Me. 31% of people say they wouldn't be my friend.
Number 6. You're at home doing nothing on a Saturday night. You go on Instagram and see your friends hanging out with all of your other friends. This is the 4th time they've hung out without inviting you. Are you cutting them off?
Ooh, yes. Bye. Get some new friends. That's not cool. Well, it's the 4th time. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
Maybe they
yeah,
just didn't want to go.
I would cut them off if this didn't happen to me. Like, I have friends who go out with my other friends all the time, and I don't necessarily get invited all the time because, one, I don't like all of my friends that much and only take them in small doses. And like certain people of my friend group back home, just not hanging out with them. So if my best friend goes with them, he doesn't ask me because he knows I'm gonna say no.
That's fair enough. I guess that depends on the friends. If they're your really close friends, then I'd probably be pretty pissed. But if it's just like a couple people you kind of know, then it's not really
Yeah,
that
if
big
it's
a
like
deal.
your
You're not close
absolute
with
best
them.
friends, like, okay, so I'm sure you kind of have this, but like in my friend group at least, we all have like separate sets of like best friends. Like me and my best friend were usually a package deal. There's two people who are best friends. There's like little groups of best friends, and so like I have two groups. Trenton, Devin, and Caleb are like my best friends, and so if they were all together and they didn't invite me, I'd be a little upset. But if it was Trenton and some other kids, I don't know if I'd care that much.
Yeah. I guess like most of the friends I have a lot of other friends. So I don't think I would be like that upset if they all went out without me. But if my best friend was there and they didn't invite my best friend, her name's Whitney. Like if my friend Whitney was there and they didn't invite me, I'd be a little pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you I'm leaning towards maybe no, maybe they have a good reason, but I could see if you wanted to say I'd cut them off.
Yeah, I could see either, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it more, because honestly, I'm usually the one who weasels out of social things sometimes. I'll be like, I have a headache. I've definitely said I have a headache more times than I care to admit to get out of going places with people.
My favorite in high school was nah, my mom won't let me leave the house.
Yeah, you use that shit all the time.
I mean, I'm honestly not too surprised with this. 68% of people said I'd cut them off. That's super annoying.
Ooh,
32% said, nah, maybe they have good reason.
okay, interesting. Interesting results.
I think that's kind of how I figured it would go.
Yeah, I feel like you need to ask. Yeah. If you probably, hello, I'm having a brain spasm, but if you haven't asked, like, hey, like, why didn't you invite me out Friday? Like, I was totally free, blah, 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 then if they keep doing it, then because they don't know that you want to
Yeah.
go, then,
That's
like,
a very fair point.
whatever.
Like, if
Gotta
you have
stand up for
not
yourself.
reached out to them to be like, hey, why didn't you invite me to hang out? I totally would have come. That's on you. Don't fucking just cut people off for no reason. Ask them. Ask them what's wrong. Ask them if they don't like you anymore. Just have some open communication.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Whenever you and your friend hang out, they spend most of the time responding to texts from their significant other. You've spoken to them about how annoying it is, but they said you're just jealous because you're single. Are you cutting them off? No.
This is a hard one for me. I don't know. It's annoying. It's so annoying. Because I had a friend who did this, but we're still friends.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Sometimes it's really annoying. But I feel like it's a little stupid to cut them off. Fucking take their phone.
Yeah, just steal it. No more phone.
Yeah. No, if you were doing this shit to me, Brenna, while we were hanging out and you were just texting whoever, I'd probably just take your phone and be like, fine, now you can't fucking text them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That made me laugh really hard. Holy crap, that put a tear in my eye. Oh man. I'm still laughing about it. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I ever did that. I don't think
It's
I
simple.
did.
Simple. Simple. Are you okay? Are you cutting them off?
No.
You're cutting
I
them
would
off?
be like mad about it, but I wouldn't cut them off. I'd do something much more devious.
Okay, so I'm saying no. I think this is stupid if you grow the fuck up, people. 61% of people say I'd cut them off. They didn't have to say grow up. 39% of people said no, they can spend time with me and text their
Sometimes
significant
people
other.
don't say the right thing. They just lash out.
I feel like girls have a bigger issue with this than guys. One, because guys, when we're with the boys, typically we're not on our phones. You usually get that one kid, sometimes it's myself, you usually get one or two of them who are on their phones, but usually it's just shooting the shit, having good conversation, no phones out. Would you kind of agree with that? The girls probably have a bigger issue with this than guys.
I think it really depends on the person. Because I can think of two people right off the top of my head who did this. And both times it's just because they were dating very clingy dudes. And so that was the issue I had. I'm like, put it away. Like, he doesn't need to talk to you. And at that point it's like a deeper issue. So I definitely think that there is a difference between girls and guys, but I definitely think guys can have like super clingy girlfriends and like feel the need to text them all the time. Like, it goes both ways, but it definitely is more present in girls.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I could see it going both ways because I'm sure at some point either we've all been the clingy one or been clung to. So I get that. I get that. At moments we've all been the one who would be on their phone sending texts, or we're the one sitting next to us, our buddy, watching him send texts.
Exactly.
Number 8. You always have your friends back and comfort them when they are sad, but whenever you are sad, they're busy or don't have any comforting words for you. Are you cutting them off? This I could actually see some people cutting them off for.
Oh, God. Oh. I want to say in my heart that I would cut them off. But I know from personal experience that I just don't.
I mean, fair. As much as I want to say cut them off, I see the case for both sides. Like, support your fucking friends. If you have their back and they're not having your back, that should say something to you. But on the other side, maybe they're just having a tough time expressing their emotions or being able to relate to those situations that you're going through. So it could be that. There's a lot of variables that could make this a little weird. I could see both answers.
Yeah. Some people get, like, really uncomfortable trying to, like, because some people's, like, personality is being the sad, overly emotional friend. So when the friend who's not that starts doing that, then they just freak out and are like, well, I don't have time to deal with this. So, I don't know. Because there was a person that I cut off for a little bit because she did do this to me, like, a lot. And she was just one of those people who, like, dump her problems on me. And I would be like, well, have you tried this? And have you tried this? She'd be like, oh, Brenna, oh my God, you give the best advice. And then I'd be like, hey, you know, like, I have a question about this thing. And she's like, well, I don't know, like, figure it out. And I got super pissed. So, but we're still friends now. But I did definitely, like, push her away for a little bit.
I mean, I think it's fair to kind of push them away or cut them off at least for a little bit, because typically when this happens, they're going through some shit. Like, I know people that would probably have a harder time trying to comfort somebody because they don't, like, even though they've been they don't know how to comfort people. Like, when I comfort people, sometimes I pat them on the fucking head. I have no idea how to comfort people.
Oh gosh, that's fair enough. It's not everyone's personality trait, but I don't know. It's hard when it's like when it's very one-sided. So like one person keeps like shoveling all their bullshit into your lap.
All right, would you say I'd cut them off or no? I wouldn't cut them off.
This is a hard one for me.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me too.
I don't think I would cut them off, but maybe we wouldn't be like as close of friends.
That's a fair point. That's kind of where I was leaning to. Because you don't necessarily want to cut them off immediately because they could be going through some real shit and take some drastic steps. But it's a point where they have to understand, like, you can't just keep using me as your emotional therapist and then not helping me when I need you.
Exactly.
All right. 57% said they'd cut them off, though, for not comforting them. They should be there for me when I need them, is the exact quote. And then 43%, no, maybe they just aren't good at comforting. I can't tell really anybody to grow up in this because this just kind of depends on how you feel about your friendship.
Yeah.
9, you always let your friend borrow your clothes whenever they ask. The one time you ask to borrow their clothes, they say no, and that they don't want you to ruin them. Are you cutting them off? No, that's just a petty ass reason to cut somebody off.
It is. Yeah, it is. Then don't let them borrow your stuff anymore. Two can play at that game.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, at the end of the day, if she doesn't want to share her clothes with her, or if your buddy doesn't want to share clothes with you, and you're sharing with them, they don't get to wear your clothes anymore. That's just how that goes. All right, I'm going now. They have a right to... This one's 50-50. 50-50.
I don't really share clothes though, so this is a weird question for me.
I don't share clothes either.
Dang.
I don't share clothes with people. But yeah, 50-50. Interesting. You people need to grow up. Who said they'd cut them off? That's so one-sided. Be an adult and tell them, hey, fuckface, you don't get to wear my clothes if I don't get to wear yours.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. Your friend confides in you that they have been cheating on their significant other for 5 months now, and they want you to help keep it under wraps since their partner is coming to town. Are you cutting them off? I'm not cutting them off.
Oh, I don't like this one. I would cut them off. I don't like it. That would make me feel icky to be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm a real asshole. I wouldn't cut my friend off for this. I'd tell him he's being a piece of shit and that he should probably break up with her because, like, if you're cheating on her, there's no point in being in a relationship. But I'd probably help him hide it until he broke up with her.
No, I couldn't do that. I'd be like, no, I can't do this. I couldn't do that, no. I'm like literally hot, like thinking about it. No, I can't. I would like sweat horribly. My chest would turn red. No, I couldn't do it. Bye. You're a terrible person.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, just for you, though, I'll say I'd cut them off. 56% agreed with you, Brenna. They'd cut
I
them
got
off.
morals. What can I say?
44% said, no, friends must help each other out. And I respect that. There's probably some of my friends in here that are those 33.2 thousand votes. 11. It's final exam time, and your friends tell you that instead of studying, they went to a party last night. They ask you if they can cheat off you, but you say no because you don't want to get caught. They call you a fake friend. Are you cutting them off? Fuck no.
I don't think I would let them cheat off me, but I wouldn't cut them off. They'll get over it.
Yeah, I'm not. I might let them cheat off me. Depends on what class, because some kid cheated off me in high school chemistry, and I said, go for it. I have a 62 in this class. Like, you're not getting very far if you're cheating off me. Like, so if it was one of those classes where I was just doing fucking horrible, and they're like, yo, can I cheat off you? I'd be like, go for it, bro. You're about to get a horrible grade on this test. But, I mean, I'm not cutting them off for cheating. This is so stupid to do.
Yeah. I had people who used to ask to cheat off me all the time, but I was like the resident smart kid, and you had so much power.
It's true. It's true. If you were somewhat good in the class with a smart one, ooh, you probably could have sold your services, Brenna. You could have made so much money.
really could have.
These results kind of piss me off. 63% of people said I'd cut them off. It's not my fault they didn't study. Grow the fuck up. You don't have to let them cheat off you, but you definitely don't have to cut them off. They called you a fake friend for not cheating on them. Tell them quit being a dumbass, go study instead of going to a fucking party.
Exactly. You tell them to be responsible, and they get mad at you. Whatever. They'll be okay with it in like 5 years. They'll be like, wow, I'm so glad that she made me get my act together.
Yeah. That 37% said no, they'll get over it. Smart people. Number 12. You spend weeks saving up enough money for your friend's birthday gift. When you give it to them, they say they love it, but then you find out that they exchange it for something else. Are you cutting them off? No. They didn't want to hurt your feelings. You know how ruthless it is to look at somebody and be like, yeah, this gift fucking sucks. If I see people who said I'd cut them off for this, I personally will never ever take a BuzzFeed quiz again.
No, because there are definitely people who said that. Some people are really, really petty.
No, maybe they didn't want to hurt. Okay. We got some reasonable people who took this quiz. 82% of people said no, maybe they didn't want to hurt my feelings. Thank you so much for being rational. 12.9 thousand people, 18% of the vote, said I'd cut them off. They shouldn't have gone behind my back and lied to me. I understand that they lied to you by saying they loved it, but it's like the whitest lie of all time. That's like telling your mom when she cooked a bad dinner, oh yeah, this tastes really good, Mom. It's so innocent. That is all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you, Brenna, for joining us today on this episode in Nico's absence.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I feel like we should take BuzzFeed quizzes with Nico next time.
I'd be down for that. I feel like Nico would enjoy some of these BuzzFeed quizzes. The energy from all three of us taking the quizzes would be a little too much, but it would be a blast.
Oh, it definitely would. It would be worth it.
It absolutely would be worth it. But thank you for listening to this episode of Just a Bad Podcast. Join us next week for another edition of the mundane shit that makes Josh irrationally angry. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.